So I wanted to come on here and talk about actress Letitia Wright. As y'all already know, she is most famously known for playing Shuri on the Black Panther films and other areas of the MCU in which she has portrayed this character. And of course, she is going to be portraying Shuri again in Black Panther Wakanda Forever, which I'm sure she's probably now, with the passing of Chadwick Boseman, she's most likely going to have a larger role. Now, the last time I talked about her was on my live stream channel, in which she had suffered an injury on the set doing a stunt, and they said she had to be hospitalized, but by now she's already doing okay. But now she's back in the news again for something completely different, and actually not something completely different than what she's been in the news for in the past, and that's talking about the that thing. We're just going to refer to it as that thing. I'm sure many of you can read between the lines when I say that. So basically, she is now basically come out and she's given her stance about that thing, and people are upset about it and whatnot. And I wouldn't be surprised if there are some people out there saying that they want her to be removed from the set of this movie. But the thing is, they've already started shooting the movie. She's already shot a few scenes. She's a major part of the film, and all they can do is just deal with it for right now. Now, I don't know what this will mean for her in the third film, because of course, I think this movie is going to get a trilogy. I mean, it should, because most Marvel movies have a trilogy at least. Hell, if Thor can get 4 movies, because he's about to get a 4th one next year, Black Panther can get a trilogy. But she's basically given her stance about this before in the past, and she had faced some criticism before, but that was in its early stages. But now it's fast forward, and now people have started to take that thing, and she still is like talking about it and whatnot, and they are upset that she's talking about it again. And of course, she has the label attached to her of anti-thing. We'll refer to it as that. So I'm going to go ahead and read this article and see what else they're going to talk about. This was posted on October 9th, 2021. It says Letitia Wright under fire again for sharing anti-thing views on Black Panther 2 set. American actor. I don't know why they call her an American actor, because she's not even from America, but okay. Letitia Wright was found spreading anti-thing propaganda on the set of Black Panther 2. According to a report by The Hollywood Reporter, the actor who got into trouble last year over her continuous stance on the thing was spreading the same views in front of the cast and crew of the film as well. A set source says she has espoused similar views about the COVID-19 thing on the Atlanta production, the report stated. Wright deactivated her social media platforms last year after she was under fire for sharing a video spreading misinformation about the thing. If you don't conform to popular opinions but ask questions and think for yourself, you get canceled, she had tweeted last year in response to her critics. Responding in another tweet, she said she wasn't anti-thing but was just thinking about what's in it and if my body will react negatively or not. And there's nothing wrong with that, because the same thing they're trying to get her on was the same thing they tried to get Nicki Minaj on, which was the same exact thing. And then we went over that. We talked about that. Now, that was that particular article. I'm going to see if I can find another one. It seems to me all these articles are pretty much saying the same thing, but they're very, very short in text. There's not really a lot that they're really going on about this other than what I have already read to you. It says that, I found another one. It says the publication added that Wright quietly parted ways with her entire U.S. team of representatives after she initially tweeted in agreement to a controversial anti-thing video. That video, which IO9 broke down the week it happened, came from Tommy Ariyomi, who espoused placing faith over science with regards to the then widely unavailable thing. And I know what video they're talking about. That was the one that they came after her about last year. And I think that person had a YouTube channel, and I think they took their YouTube channel down, because the thing is, it wasn't getting a lot of views like that until she gave it views. Like she made that video popular, and then everybody went to it, and then they got that thing out there with the swiftness. Ariyomi further pushed false theories that the thing was produced by Chinese pharmaceutical companies. Rampant anti-Chinese racism surged amidst COVID-19, while also making broad statements against climate change and Hall T identities. To be fair, Wright didn't say much about Ariyomi's video. She only shared it on Twitter with the prayer hands emoji. and later deleted the tweet. Still, the damage was done once Wright hit that share button. For someone playing a character whose intelligence is unparalleled in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, it should have sucked that the very real human playing her subscribes to wildly debunked conspiracy theories, readily disproved by science. What's extra disappointing is the real possibility that Wright may be the next Black Panther. So this is this sounds like an op-ed piece just by how this person wrote it, and they're in their own little bubble, but it is what it is. But they are, upset with her and everything like that. I hope that this does not hurt the movie's box office. I don't think that it will. I think that by the time the movie comes out, which is slated to come out July 8th of next year, that this will most likely have already died down by quite a bit. So, hopefully, it will. But then you have some people that have the memory of an elephant and they won't forget it. And they'll probably say anti this and anti that every time she appears on screen. So they're probably going to say it a lot because she's probably going to have a lot of screen time. I predict she's going to have way more screen time than she did in the first movie. And she instantly became a fan favorite too after the first one. I kind of figured that she would, but I don't know. Like, I have no clue what is, in store for her going forward as far as this. I don't know what that may do to her career. Once Black Panther, the series is done, as far as the movie goes and they stop making them, what that would do for any type of other acting opportunities that she might have. She was actually supposed to be in this movie that was supposed to come out last year, but due to, it didn't happen. She was supposed to be in this movie that was supposed to come out in October of last year called Death on the Nile, which was basically the sequel to Murder on the Orient Express. And she was supposed to be in that movie, and that was like one of her first movie roles outside of Black Panther. And I wanted to actually watch that movie because it looked pretty good, not just because she was in it, but it looked pretty good. But because of WOVID, it didn't come out. Hopefully they'll release it next year. But we'll see what happens. But this is her take on it, and we already know how people are getting so upset and irate and in their feelings about this whole situation. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this down in the comments. All right, so I have to come back in here and add this little piece in here because this actually came out after, maybe a couple days after I did the initial recording of this video involving Letitia Wright. And it says that she denies spreading views on the Black Panther 2 set. Was posted October 16th, 2021. So I'm going to go ahead and read this article and see what they're talking about. This is earlier this month as a part of a wider report on Hollywood's reckoning with the mandates and safe filming practices in the COVID-19 pandemic. The Hollywood Reporter wrote that a source told them Marvel's Black Panther star Letitia Wright continued to spread and disinformation on the set of his sequel, Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Over a week later, Wright stepped back on the social media to deny the claims. The October 6th piece alleged that Wright, who had previously deleted her Twitter account in the wake of sharing a deeply concerning video from a self-proclaimed prophet in December 2020, had continued to share beliefs on Marvel Studios' Atlanta, Georgia set of Wakanda Forever. Wright's character, Princess Shuri, is said to have a large role in the film in light of Chadwick Boseman's tragic passing last year, and the report went on to add that Wright also parted ways with her U.S.-based public relations team as part of her response to the backlash about sharing COVID-19 misinformation. My intention was not to hurt anyone, Wright previously tweeted after deleting her link to the video. My only intention of posting the video was it raised my concerns with what the scene contains and what we are putting in our bodies. But after her role in THR's or the Hollywood Reporter's report went somewhat viral earlier this month, the actor has now decided to respond. Wright denies the claim that she continued to share these views on the Wakanda Forever set, taking to her still active Instagram account, although before yesterday's post, its last update was in November 2020. Weeks before she shared the aforementioned video elsewhere, the actor said the claims by the trade were completely untrue. It saddens me to have to address the reports published by the Hollywood Reporter on October 6, 2021. The report spoke about my conduct on the Black Panther set of Black Panther 2. I honestly assert that this was completely untrue. Wright's caption reads in part, accompanying an image displaying a fragment from the contemporary English version Bible's reading of Isaiah 54:17. Weapons made to attack you won't be successful. Words spoken against you won't hurt at all. Anybody who knows me or has worked with me knows that I work incredibly hard in my craft, and my main focus is to always do work that's impactful and inspiring. That has been and will continue to be my only focus. Marvel Studios itself has remained silent on both the initial response to Wright's tweet as well as recent reporting about her Black Panther Wakanda Forever set conduct, although fellow Marvel co-stars like Don Cheadle did call the actor out at the time, and similarly since deleted tweets. IO9 has reached out to Disney for comment on the allegations and will update this post if they hear back. So that is what she came back out and said that it was completely false. And I can believe that because, you know, they'll put anything out there because now basically it's almost like she has a target. Anytime she'll say anything, or if she says anything related to this, they'll always say that, oh, here she comes with this and anti that. The same thing they're going to do with Kyrie Irving and so many others who have previously said something or maybe said something that they believe or perceive to be anti you know what. So if it was me and it was her, to avoid, you know, getting into this position, it's probably best that she just doesn't talk about it. And if they actually try to interview her in anything anyway, just ask her questions about her role, whether it's a role in this movie or any other movie that she does. Don't let it be, oh, so what is your stance on it? No, scratch that, because I believe that actors or entertainers, whenever they're about to be interviewed, they get a form or something. They can put down what it is they prefer not to talk about, and the interviewer has to abide by that, or they can possibly get sued. Something Wendy Williams should know all too well, if she doesn't already. But this is the update. I wanted to incorporate that part in there and not just kind of leave it hanging. So y'all let me know what y'all think about this.